Hey guys, welcome back. So today for the deck highlight, I have this crazy freaking good Sauron Redskull Shuri list for you guys. And to help me explain it, I have my good friend from Person Gaming, Tuccrr. That's gonna come on in just a minute. He actually just won a game against Paper in a tournament using this exact deck, so he's pretty much an expert on it. He loves Sauron a lot. But yeah, just before we do so, just a few things. First of all, if you guys love the content, please leave a like and subscribe. Most of you guys watching are not even subscribed to the channel, so just subscribe. It's free. Click on the button down below. It would really mean the world to me. And second of all, more importantly for you guys, I'm doing a giveaway. So look for the giveaway information at the end of this video. This is going to be the first video that's going to count towards this giveaway. So yeah, wait for the end of the video. I'm going to give all the information there. But yeah, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get Tuccrr in. Hey, Tuccrr, how's it going, my friend?
Yo, what is up, my guy? It's a great day. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be back with my boy. I'm excited. Very excited,
Well,
my guy.
yeah, thanks so much for joining today. So yeah, I've heard someone told me Sauron is your favorite card. Is that true?
Yeah, Sauron is probably gonna be my favorite card just because his playability is like super streamlined and specific. But the amount of ways you just win games by playing this card in the right decks is crazy.
Yeah, so for you guys who are not familiar with Sauron, because Sauron is let's say rare card, you're not seeing it a lot. So what Sauron does, it has the ability of on reveal remove the abilities from all ongoing cards in your hand and deck. So obviously what we are going to do here is have a lot of cards that have some ongoings, which are high powered card with bad ongoings, because if we can remove those ongoings, well then we're going to have just some crazy stat line, right? So we have like Typhoon Mary here. That has an ongoing. Your other cards have -1 power. We have a Red Skull. Enemy cards at this location have +2 power. Am I missing? Oh yeah, Lizard here. It's going to be a 2/5, and Ebony Maw is going to be a 1/7. So all of these cards are going to become just like extremely powerful. But we're also using Shuri package here. Can you explain the Shuri package here?
So since we're using Shuri in this deck to pretty much boost most of our higher end cards, so we're pretty much like high rolling in a way, because we don't have a Shang-Chi in this list, or kind of really any other way to kind of counter bigger cards getting dropped. We're doubling our current power, so we can flood 2 lanes with just huge amounts of power. So people have to kind of really worry about where we place Shuri, focus on that lane, and then it gives us a little bit of a mix-up opportunity to play other lanes.
So would that be Shuri? That would be normally. Oh, I just removed Shuri. That would be Shuri into Red Skull, I would assume. And Shuri into Red Skull into Taskmaster. That's the way of getting those 2 lanes.
Yes, there's that mix-up, which would be the typical Shuri Red Skull is the main one, but also depending on what you have on the board, sometimes I like to spice it up a little bit as well. And if it's like turn 5 and I'm not seeing a Red Skull, and we got a She-Hulk in hand, you have the Sunspot combo as well. So you have Sunspot placed down, so you are absorbing another 5 energy on a lane, which they have to worry about, and then you drop your She-Hulk, and then you have a Taskmaster play. So like in that case, your turn 5 and 6 could either be 28 energy from 5, and then another 28 on another location, and like a 0 if you're doing the Red Skull combo, or if you're doing the She-Hulk combo, you're looking at 30. What I think it's 30,
36
or no, 36, and then so like 41 energy potentially. And if you have Maul, that could be 48. So like it's kind of versatile what you can do if you can get the combos in the right spot, though.
All right. Well, I guess since you already talked about Sunspot, let's get into the card breakdown. So Sunspot, I'm guessing you're just playing Sunspot on turn 1, right?
Yes, 100% use Sunspot in your hand on 1, you play Sunspot on 1.
So even if your opponent has like a Killmonger, are you still going to play Sunspot on turn 1, or are you maybe going to wait to play it on the armor, or you just Sunspot on 1, armor on 2? How do you play around Killmonger?
So I still play Sunspot on one. I don't necessarily play the armor on it because at the end of the day, I want them to worry about that Sunspot. Um, Honestly, my favorite niche card in this deck is going to be the Ebony Maul. I like the versatility of when you get the Sauron down, being able to throw Maul down on any turn because that is 7 power your
Mhm.
opponent has to keep track of.
So yeah, I've actually been trying this deck out yesterday because I wanted to get familiar before doing this video with you. And
Mhm.
I usually didn't play Ebony Maw on either of the first 3 turns, even if like it made a little bit of sense. I thought like locking down a lane was kind of tough. What are your
Mhm.
feelings about that? Do you play Ebony Maw early sometimes?
I never play Maul unless I have 0 or I have a location that disables ongoing. I would rather skip the first couple turns because if I do, like, let's say I don't have my Sauron combo by 3 and I don't have Lizard, if I skip turn 3, I can drop She-Hulk on 4 for 3 power, or not 3 power, for 3 costs. So kind of floating that around, and that's why it's kind of like knowing your matchups. Because if you are facing a Killmonger, I might drop my 0 early and just hope I get the right cards. But it's really like Killmonger is still present right now, but I don't think he's as crazy because people are running X23, and not everyone wants to continue to allow your opponent just to keep curving and just like gaining all the energy.
Hmm. Okay, so Ebony Maw, you only played with 0. I'm so that would be like on turn
Mhm.
2 or 3, right? Because your turn 4, I'm guessing, are kind of reserved to probably playing Shuri, right? Shuri has to be there on turn 4. So yeah, so Ebony Maw, 0 played on turn 1, 2, or 3. Is there any time that you're gonna play 0? Not on these first 3 turns if you have your combo.
If I don't see Shuri in hand, there's a lot of times where I would 0 on 4 so I can get Red Skull down without the ongoing abilities.
Hmm.
Because more often than not, um, my opponent's going to stack the Red Skull lane to try and win that because the +2 Red Skull brings. So if I get that 0 down beforehand and I negate that, if I played it in an armor lane, they literally have to Enchantress that armor just so they can take out my Red Skull.
Hmm. Which is crazy.
Hmm.
So
Which
yeah,
has happened.
well, yeah, it does happen, especially with those decks that play like Enchantress and Shang-Chi. Sometimes they play
Hmm.
both, yeah, on the last turn. But yeah, I guess armor is it's a perfect segue into armor. For me, I think this armor is the whole reason why this deck is extremely meta right now. I feel like everyone's playing Destroy, so just the fact that we already have an armor in our list, I think this is a reason why this deck has been like just rising to the top of the meta. What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely think with the Rise of Destroy, armor really helps you so much. Because I feel like Destroy every other game, I feel like is some sort of Destroy game.
Hmm.
There's no Cosmo in this deck, but you don't need a Cosmo. I think it's just the armor helps you with scaling overall as well. And since Shang-Chi is still probably the most popular card in the game,
Yeah.
like we were saying earlier, they have to Enchantress your armor before they can even Shang-Chi you. So they're at
Hmm.
least spending another 3 to 4 energy, and if the earliest they're going to armor you is going to be 3. But like if you play your armor on like a Zabu lane, they're not going to take the chance to do that. So they're going to try and win other lanes. So it just gives you a wide array of like just safety because this deck just Shang-Chi is not your best friend with this deck.
So yeah, that's actually a good point. I haven't thought about that, but if you're playing, so if you have the choice, let's say all your lanes are empty and they're all ruins locations, okay? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but your opponent plays a Zabu or a good ongoing, you're gonna play your arbor on that lane because you're gonna punish him for playing his enchantress in the armor lane. That's
Yep.
that's actually
Totally.
that's actually a very good point. I haven't thought about, but yeah. So armor on just on the Zabu lane is really good. So next up for the 2 costs, we have a lizard here. Can you talk a little bit about a lizard?
So previously, and I think still, Lizard is one of the better 2 drops in the game because it forces your opponent to have to play 4 cards on his location just to negate his power.
Hmm.
And when you get your Sauron down, or if you don't have Maul before turn 3 and you got a 0 and you play your Lizard, that is a solid 5 power on a lane that your opponent definitely has to worry about. I mean, you see all the 5 power cards in like 3 costs that go crazy. You know, like you got your Spider-Man, you got your Polaris, and then like in the 4s. So like a 5 power card you really have to worry about because it's completely different than like the normal cards you see people synergize with.
And like even if he fills the lane, you can still like Enchantress the Lizard right on turn 6,
Yep.
which is like a surprise 4 extra power, right? Which is pretty good here. So yeah, Sauron next. So we've talked about Sauron. So I'm guessing you want to drop the armor before playing Sauron.
Yes, for most of your combos, depending on if there's on reveal locations or not. I mean, because sometimes you get lucky and you get nowhere. In that situation, it matters, but maybe it doesn't matter as much if you play armor beforehand. But sometimes you're trying just to get Sauron out. So if you don't get armor before 3 and you have Sauron, you always play Sauron when you have Sauron on 3. Always.
Every single situation. Yeah, well.
Every single situation.
So I guess, yeah, the whole deck is like built around Sauron. Guys, Sauron is a great card right now, and it's a super fun card. And I feel for me, it's the type of card that's exactly like Silver Surfer or like Cerebro, where as the game progresses and more like bad ongoing cards come out, Sauron is just going to get better and better every time, and it's already really good. So yeah, a little bit meta dependent, let's be honest, but yeah, I think we're seeing the potential of Sauron, and I'm sure you, Tuccrr, are as excited as it gets. All right, let's keep it going. So Shuri, so when I played the deck, I obviously got it. It's we want to play Shuri on 4, Taskmaster on 5, and then Redskull on 5, and then Taskmaster on 6 with possibly Ebony Maw. So I guess the whole combo would be like Sunspot on 1, Armor on 2, Sauron on 3, Shuri on 4, Redskull on 5, Taskmaster and Ebony Maw on 6. Which is crazy. I don't know how we can lose against that unless there's a good Shang-Chi or Enchantress Shang-Chi. But when you have your whole combo, when do you snap? Do you snap on turn 3 when you have your Shuri, Redskull, Taskmaster? Do you snap when you have your Sauron? Do you have like some maybe small tips you could give me when to snap with this deck?
I would honestly say when you're playing Conquest, I'm a firm believer, unless you are guaranteed to win the first game, you kind of just feel it out until like turn 6. So you can kind of understand what your opponent's running. Because if you were to snap, let's say on 5 or on 4, because you see the entirety of your combo, if you kind of lose, if you win Pariah with this deck kind of just doesn't scale the right way. But like, that's why you have the mix-up in here with some of the later cards we'll talk about a little bit later. But I would say, if you have Sauron on 3 and you have Maul in your hand at the same exact time, and you top deck like Shuri, I definitely snap there. I mean, I think Taskmaster's a great card, and it definitely helps you with like leveling out the entirety of the field. But I think you can kind of wiggle around a little bit, and you don't always have to have Taskmaster to win your games.
So yeah, so I guess what you're saying is that this deck is like highly counterable, right? So you need to know what your opponent is playing. But I think when you figure out if your opponent have a Shang-Chi, does he has maybe he has a Cosmo, right? So I know sometimes you can lose some games by being Cosmo with your Taskmaster, which can be horrible. Losing 5 energy for a 0 power is horrendous. So yeah, so wait to see what your opponent has when you know his whole deck. If you're really good and there's still some missing cards, but you know the top meta decks, you could kind of decipher. But even though it's scary because a Shang-Chi can be fit in every single deck, so it's really hard to know 100%. Even some move decks have Shang-Chis. So yeah. So
Patriot decks have Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Patriot. Yeah, that. It's Cerebro 3 decks. We're gonna see a lot more Shang-Chi everywhere until we get a nerf or until we get a card that does the same job. Yeah. So Enchantress, I'm guessing it's like a retroactive Sauron. Right.
Yeah, Enchantress is like if you don't have Sauron, And your Enchantress is kind of like your Shang-Chi in a way,
Hmm.
just because it is your counter tech card for any like Darkhawk, or even, I mean, if you're facing a lot of Tribunal, could be Tribunal stuff, but like
Nulls.
she is no, yeah, Knowles, like she is your kind of like bread and butter for that.
Hmm.
So like if you get your combos down, like I wouldn't say you're gonna be always dropping her on 6. You may be dropping her earlier. It's kind of just matchup dependent, but her also being a 4/5.
Hmm.
And since we have like the 5s in deck, if you're not getting any of your higher end cards, if you were to drop her on like a later turn, that also helps you with your tasks, because like 10 power on another location is still very solid
Hmm.
if you get a combo on the Shuri, of course.
I see. All right, so Enchantress, really good. Obviously, you could play it on any of the so Lizard lane, the Typhoid lane. You could play it on the Red Skull lane as well, which are all good. And you could use it, like you just mentioned, on the, just to counter your opponent. Especially in Conquest, that's always good. There's always some ongoing somewhere. But why Enchantress, I think, is so good in this list is for that exact reason. It's not only a counter card; it's only a way to buff your own cards. So yeah,
Yep.
Enchantress, great card, and then she has a great spot in this list. So
She's
Typhoid,
the flex girl too.
yeah, yeah, you're right. All right, so Typhoid Mary here, 410. Ongoing, your other cards have -1 power. So I guess Typhoid Mary is probably just another target, or like a diet target for your Shuri. Your Shuri and Taskmaster.
Yeah, because she's a 4/10. If you get the right combo, she becomes, 20 power.
Hmm.
So like she's another one of those cards you're trying to get onto your Shuri lane, or if you can't get her onto your Shuri lane, and you're trying to do your She-Hulk combo, you can kind of do the same thing you would be doing with the Taskmaster, where you would float still on turn 5, and you could drop your She-Hulk, Typhoid on another lane, and then if you have like the perfect combo, Ebony Maw, so you're spreading that 18 power across 3 lanes instead of just onto 1 with the Taskmaster. So it helps you with a mix-up, and if you don't get your other cards, it is 20 power for you to drop. So she is a solid card.
That's actually a great point. For me, I thought the biggest issue of this list was the fact that you could only drop some big vertical power, but the fact that you have the possibility of playing, like, yes, Typhoid for 20 in your Shuri lane, but having She-Hulk and Ebony Maw on turn 6 as well for 16 power in another lane or in 2 other lanes is actually pretty nutty. And yeah, that's a good point for all those decks that play very vertical. You could play wide a little bit, and it's a way of negating the negative effect or the downside of this deck. Yeah, so next up we have Taskmaster. So the last 3 cards, I think we've talked a lot about them, so I'll try to get over quickly. So Taskmaster is like part of our bread and butter with our Shuri, Red Skull, Taskmaster, right? Taskmaster copies the power of the last card we played, and because Shuri buff is the next card we play, Shuri on 4 makes our Red Skull 28 power. And then our Taskmaster is going to copy our Red Skull for another 28 power in another lane, which it by itself is probably the most efficient way of dropping a lot of power. So yeah, and then lastly, we have our She-Hulk here. Like Tuccrr mentioned earlier, is very useful for a secondary combo where instead of playing Shuri Red Skull into Taskmaster, we play Shuri, then we skip 5. We get +5 energy or +5 power on our Sunspot. And then on turn 6, since She-Hulk is going to cost only 1, that's going to be 18 power in 2 different lanes on turn 6. So this is actually a really good secondary combo. Even if it's less power, the fact that you probably don't have initiative, you're just going to be safe from Shang-Chi on turn 6, which is very, very good because this is our biggest counter. So a lot of decks have Shang-Chi's but don't have a lot of power. So if they don't have any way of countering our side of the board, well, they're going to be screwed, right? So yeah, I think we're good here. I think we've done a good deck breakdown right now. We will jump into a Conquest game here, and we'll see you guys there. We are in an Infinity Conquest here, so we'll jump right into it. So between the two, you told me there's another reason why this deck's been working really well. Could you expand a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm sure you guys have seen, since it's so popular everywhere, the She-Not High Evo deck, which you're expecting people to be dropping lots and lots of power on turn 7. But with them playing Leech, Leech is another pretty much Sauron enabler here, which just helps you win games as well. So if you don't get your Sauron down on 3, or on, I mean, 4, it gets a little frisky there, but it helps you in that matchup. Just because, I mean, if you're able to play your Ebony Maw on a later turn, kind of on like what might potentially be a She-Hulk lane, and then you're also floating your Sunspot, it gives you an option to be able to even counter their Infinite and their She-Hulk. But of course, you know, anything can happen.
All right, so just quickly here, Sunspot on turn 1, like we just mentioned earlier. I like to drop it in the left lane, but everyone plays the left lane. Okay, so we're against Thanos list. So what? There's like 3 Thanos lists right now, right? There's Thanos Control, Thanos Death, and Thanos Junk, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we drop our armor right on turn 2. So I'm guessing Dream Dimension is actually horrible for us if we get our Red Skull, but if we get our She-Hulk and Shuri, we're going to be in a great position, I believe.
Yep. And if we don't get our She-Hulk, we can always drop Typhoid on Dream Dimension as well, because
That's
she'll
true.
have, that's another 10 20 power potentially.
And we have our Ebony Maw, so that we could drop on turn 6.
Oh, and the perfect armor read here. Oh, you'll love to see that.
So do Destroy Thanos don't have any Enchantress, right? I
No,
don't
if anything,
think so.
they'd have Shang-Chi.
So we could snap if we get something, but like you mentioned, maybe we should wait for the whole deck.
Yeah.
That would be a little bit of aggressive, but when we have such a good play, I feel like with this deck, you have to get a good W. If you have your combo, get a big knockout punch. But yeah, okay. The Jotunheim, is that good or is that bad? I don't know.
I think it's better for us because our Sunspot can still maintain power. Because like when I'm thinking we float here.
Okay.
And then if we don't get, yeah, or we could Typhoid.
Because we could Typhoid and
then if we Typhoid and then we float next turn and then yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so Typhoid middle,
Yep.
so we don't steal initiative.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
So our opponent does float here, which is interesting.
Oh, and then this is great.
Wow.
This is actually freaking fantastic. Yeah, we snap here actually.
Yeah, I think we. Okay. Well, we don't even have to. We don't even have to snap here. Okay. So this is an Infinity Conquest, so people are not here to mess around. They are going to retreat. And we didn't get that much information down, unfortunately, from our opponent. So here, once again, I guess we go for... Do we want to...
Sunspot, more like the middle, I think, because Grand Central's going to be dropping a card there on the left, and I don't want us to completely clog a lane in case we need to try and...
Yeah, but the issue I have is that, like, since we're playing against a Thanos Destroy, right, there's definitely a Killmonger, right? So we're going to have to Sunspot into our armor, or armor into our Sunspot, and we want to have the armor on the left, probably, because if Grand Central pulls one of our big card, so that's why I would, even though it would clog up. What are your thoughts?
I think
I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you.
Yeah. I just think with that same situation, if we were to like hypothetically, like get like Taskmaster there and we play Red Skull and then Taskmaster comes, oh my word, this is just great for us. Yeah, now we armor left and we let him play his Killmonger. So
yeah,
freaking bar with no name.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we're fine if we play his Killmonger.
Yeah, so.
But we still lost the middle lane for no reason, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's tough. Oh, and Sinister, what is this, man?
What is this game? Okay.
I think this is looking like a 0. No, we have. We need a reality stone. We need him to get something crazy down on like the middle there, like some huge cards, so he can kind of get rid of our no name for us.
Yeah. He's gonna reality stone middle for sure.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we float with Shuri and Sinister London. Just try to drop as much power as possible early.
Yeah.
But if he snaps, that means he has like a null, and he could
Mhm.
Shang-Chi null, which would.
Oh, he reality stones there, of course.
Okay. The
Okay.
new location here.
Brand new location that just came out. It's crazy actually seeing in Conquest. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. So what's the plan here? We don't have our Taskmaster, unfortunately. We could Sauron.
Yeah, if you Sauron here, you can still play She-Hulk on 5 potentially, and then you can still play Shuri as well. And like what we have still left in our deck, we still have a Maul, we still have a Lizard, so Sauron still gives us win con for another at least 3 out of these next 4 cards we could potentially draw. I mean, we're only gonna be drawing 2, but I think we do Sauron here.
Okay. For me, it sounds like a retreat, but
Oh yeah,
we'll try to get maybe a little bit more information before. Maybe we should use our armor more defensively, or I don't know. I mean, aggressively. In the future games. So what do we do here?
so here I'm thinking let's Shuri on the right, and then we're gonna float still.
So why
Like
don't
not.
why don't you want to do like that instead? Or
I was just thinking, potentially we could still play She-Hulk in another card if She-Hulk doesn't go down on Graham Central. If we float the Shuri, so we could do a Maw at 14 and then a She-Hulk at 9 potentially. I think we should retreat though with a snap.
Yep.
We don't have anything we need.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, this is definitely a full destroy Thanos list. We'll see. We weren't lucky
But they
here,
didn't snap
right?
early.
Yeah, they didn't snap early.
That's just tough. That's just like one of those situations where it's like you try and like play a little bit out of the first location. Oh, and he snaps on 1. Okay. Granted, we do have a bit of our combo here, so I'm not honestly too nervous.
Yeah, I think we have to play it. So
Yes.
Sunspot here on Mirror Dimension, I'm guessing.
Yep, I'm here for it.
Time Stone on 1.
What is he play? What 3-drop is he playing on?
I don't know. That's weird. That's weird to me. Do we have to armor here? Or do we armor the Sunspot?
Let's armor left. We just. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, at least he played it.
Yeah. Now if we get Sauron, our Ebony Maul just kind of okay. Well,
That's not too good.
that's not too good, but I still think we got some potential here. He doesn't have a Killmonger anymore, so he has to account for that 7 power.
And
look at that, we got Aunt
might
Maze, so yeah,
help,
we're
yeah.
good. I believe.
Well, I guess we float here. I guess we float here. On turn 4, we'll transform to Tuccrr. Is it gonna trigger Tuccrr if it transforms to Tuccrr?
Yes.
Okay.
I would trigger the next turn, I believe.
I'm not sure because sometimes I play Legion on Tuccrr and nothing happens, right?
Oh.
So I'm not sure about the interaction.
Okay. Another Jotun. Oh my gosh.
Well, that's not too bad. Well, that's something. Do we just Shuri?
Yeah, we just Shuri here.
And then we pray that we get our Taskmaster.
This is looking kind of grim. I'll be frank.
Yep.
But it's still not. I mean, it's winnable. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it's still not entirely losable, but it is. What in the Sam heck?
Okay. So he's gonna destroy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
We're still okay if we float here.
if we float and we get Taskmaster, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Even if we don't get Taskmaster, we can still do some damage here. What is he going to be doing on the left? Okay. Not great. Oh, baby. Okay.
Is that enough?
So that's going to be... If he plays Death, he's destroyed 4 cards.
Yeah.
Death's going to cost 4. Null, he destroyed very low cards.
Yep. He destroyed Nova, Reality Stone, Space Stone, and Time Stone. And he 0 power Sunspot. So Null has 4 power. So Null is useless here. We went to Null. Death is 4, right? Or no, 3 because he destroyed our Sunspot. So Death costs 3, and then he could play Venom, perhaps, right?
No, he already played Venom.
Oh, he did. So
he still has Carnage and Yondu and Wolverine.
So maybe like Yondu and Carnage.
Yeah,
let's say. So Death.
he's
Let's
trying
say
to
he
look
Death
lucky.
left. He's at 14. We're gonna be at 16, right?
Yep.
So we should. I guess we just try. I didn't have time to finish my math, but
Yeah, I think we're okay.
but if he plays Death and
Oh, so we really just
win.
beat him? Are we serious right now?
not even close. Not even close here. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, let's freaking go. Take those 4 cubes, man. Take them.
Wow. Yeah, well, Thanos wasn't a threat at all, and we kind of, I guess, Death was the biggest.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
We'll take it. We'll take
Well,
it.
I guess we'll take it here. Yeah, that was a good game against a very powerful deck.
Oh my gosh.
But perhaps, are you up for another one? Do you have time for a second round?
I'll play another one. That was way too quick. I didn't think he was going to retreat when he lost only 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get into a second match here. And hopefully we can get the win. We're playing against Zax here. We have our 0, we have our armor. But we can't play it in that order, so I guess we float here, right? We float if we have our 0 in armor.
Fully float.
Okay. That's a beautiful Typhoid.
Yeah, I love that one.
And then
We gotta look at our fantasy variant. You gotta see what it looks like. It is so freaking clean, bro.
I'll check it after this game. I'm actually super interested. So I guess Armor de Nova. I think that's
because he might be stacking a Deadpool and like X-23 there.
Should we snap?
Boomer snap. Let's do it. I'm here for it.
I have a feeling.
Loosely.
I mean, that was so boomer because like if you snap on him playing in Nova, he knows you have armor.
Get sniped, please.
What?
Oh man.
Nova and Medusa. What the hell?
Well, oh, this is looking good.
So wait, we sunspot. We no.
You just sunspot. Just sunspot.
I was testing you out. I was making sure you were paying attention here. I was definitely not making a misplay.
You're good. You're good. What do we got?
All right, Sabretooth here, which is weird. Why did you play Sabretooth in Danger Room? I don't know. Okay.
Let's do Shuri middle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because this is the only lane which is not going to be Danger Room, right?
Oh wait, actually, hold on. Do Shuri on Starlight because wherever we play Shuri when this all swaps, we're gonna have to play that card on that location.
So why in Starlight then?
Because if we play Shuri on Danger Room, wherever Danger Room swaps, there's still that chance for that Red Skull to get destroyed.
Yeah. But we could have played it in Xandar, that's what I meant. But I guess...
Or, I mean, you can do Xandar. Yeah, do Xandar. Xandar instead. I'm sorry. Yeah, do Xandar, so then he gets extra, the +1. My bad, I'm freaking...
No, you're good, you're good. So, I'm... What? Okay.
Okay.
Are we gonna see like a Venom?
Ooh. Bro, please Venom Danger Room and get smited. I would love to see it.
That would be sick. So I guess we do it here even if we don't have protection.
Yep.
And then that's where we're gonna know if our snap was a mistake.
Oh, bro, please tell me Deathlock gets bodied here. That's great.
Okay. I mean, there's that, but it's it's dangerous. But if we do that and that, we kind of dodge the Shang-Chi, which I like.
Yep.
Because if he's Shang-Chi's middle, that gives him 2 energy. No, well, he has a 9 power saber tooth. He could drop here. So I guess
We believe. I believe. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Just trust.
if he snaps here, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
We retreat. It's already been so stressful. I mean, our first game was so crazy. We didn't get enough into the zone of Conquest, and now we're in this second game, and it's like our heart is racing. Like it adds a whole nother level to the game. Just like the entire aspect of Conquest. You're like,
especially Infinity Conquest, right? But he doesn't have Shang-Chi. He would have he would have already snapped at this point. I mean,
yeah. He's thinking about all of his plays here, and he's like, oh. He's also playing with another person, trying to coach him on what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. And he's telling him, I'm role playing the other guy. Dude, if you had Shang-Chi, you would win, but you don't. So, wait, don't get, okay. Oh my god, man, danger.
We just diff, bro. What the?
I don't know what you're playing, but
we're like playing a pool 2 deck.
Sure seems like it. But like, pull 2 cards are getting kind of good, you know? With the new Medusa, the new like Hawkeye, the Hulkbuster. Hulkbuster is just nutty right now. Yeah. I mean, this is not very good in this deck.
What the?
You know what? Marvel Snap is special sometimes. Sometimes I get confused, even though I played hundreds of hours. Sunspot here on the right.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That was... Don't even freaking know, bro. That was interesting.
That was very interesting.
Ooh. Yeah.
Or what about...
Ooh. I think it's spicy on Murder World because he probably plays Bucky.
That's what I'm guessing.
If he does, we snap. Just kind of like steal cube real quick.
Yeah, so what about we snap now?
Yeah, let's do it. And we have Prio, so that's pretty decent.
Yeah, by complete luck. I mean...
The toss-up. Oh, Bucky, I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, wow, Tuccrr, that was satisfying. The call out and then it happened. Oh my god. All right, float.
Yeah. Floateroni. What are we playing? Imagine he plays Nova in there. What do you do?
If he plays Nova in Murder World, I think I retreat. I think I give him cubes. He needs them.
Just Copium.
Okay.
Medusa, and then
That's
there
pretty
is
good.
our Nova. Okay.
So there should be a Killmonger here, especially if it's like a pull 2 deck. I
Oh my
So
gosh.
we are gonna Shuri.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm freaking weak, bro. What the? Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
okay. I feel bad for Zax. This guy is like at freaking 800 collection level, and we're just like smashing him with a Shuri Redskull list. Well, I mean, that's your fault of going in the Infinity Conquest.
Yeah.
So I guess Typhoid.
And then we'll Taskmaster on Atlantis. And then
Yep.
Zero on the right there, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he play like Sabretooth Carnage on the right.
Sabretooth Carnage on the right.
Mhm.
Probably.
Okay. He does have Hulk though, so that is something we need to keep in account.
That's true. That's true. But honestly, I'm not too scared. I feel like last game was a little bit more challenging than this one, which is perfect because it means we're gonna fit it perfectly in that 40 minutes video length.
Mm-hmm.
If we can beat him here.
Oh. Okay. No. We don't need to bait him.
Okay, here and here, right?
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
I kind of want to lose this round because of the BM. I kind of want to lose the round now. I feel like I deserve it.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh, poor dude, man. That's what like is kind of tough about though, like with Conquest.
Yeah, well, maybe they shouldn't be giving out infinite tickets if I think they gave one in the metal shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just like stole this guy's infinity ticket.
Oh, brother. It's okay, Zax. We appreciate you for.
Yeah, if you're watching this, Zax, please don't quit the game. It's normal. I'm like at 8,000 collection level. I probably like probably have like 10 times more collection level than you do. Oh, that was a good retreat.
Smart retreat, Zax.
That was a good retreat, Zax. But I need you to play a little bit quicker now, please. Yeah. All right. Let's get it.
Ooh, getting a little spicy again.
All right. Sunspot on the right. We are.
Ooh, okay. We slinging it down.
Let's see what we get here. Miniatures Lab, which is good in this deck, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Yeah, we skip. We just skip.
Skipperoni, yeah.
That's a good Medusa. Yo, Medusa is actually pretty good. Ooh.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah. Float again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, snap. Yeah, Medusa's good. Her being 5 power now is so much better than 4 because like
Yeah.
it's that number that makes you like, oh, I have to play this lane now. I have to. And then
Well, 5 power is the same like Polaris is 5 power, right?
yeah.
Like 2/5 is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I think Medusa's also an Inhuman. I don't know if Polaris is an Inhuman, but that makes sense if a lot
Yo,
of them have
what
five.
about you play like a Snow Guard list with Medusa? So whatever the location is middle, you're gonna be able to play Medusa on 2. A little bit of a stretch, but it's something.
I mean, that's not bad. I dig it.
I'm just trying to think out of the box a little bit.
Getting a little jiggy with it.
Exactly. So Shuri here in Sinister London, I think this
Yep.
is the only play. Our opponent doesn't have a Shang-Chi. If he does, I'm gonna be completely bamboozled. So the Killmonger
that's
drops in game
Killmonger.
in round 3, which is interesting. This is unfortunately not gonna be enough for the onslaught of 28 power that's going to drop here.
Mm-hmm.
Do we float? And like Red Skull, no wait, he doesn't have Shang-Chi, right? So we could just go ahead.
Yeah.
He might
Shang-Chi's
have like
not real.
a storm or something, but and now we do like
Mm-hmm.
this and this, I think.
Yeah. I dig it.
So we're actually adding 11 power with the Enchantress left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we might lose this round actually. To
Does
Hulk?
he have Shang-Chi?
No, Hulk. That's the Hulk, right? That should be Hulk.
Yeah.
Go middle. Okay. So I guess we win here. All right.
And he thumbs up us too, really.
Yeah, I'll give him a thumbs up.
Twice.
I'll give him a thumbs up here. So yeah, I think this was a great showcase of the deck. 2 beautiful games here against our opponents. Thank you, Tuccrr, so much for joining. It's been very fun. I want to bring you more often, actually. I think this is a good format for us. Yeah, so guys, go watch Tuccrr on Twitch. I always have him in my description, so you could go click on the link down below there. It's Tuccrr, Tuccrr. He's been blowing up recently. He just got partnered with Marvel Snap. So yeah. Do you have any closing words, Tuccrr?
I just want you guys to know, Big Math makes absolutely amazing content. And a lot of you guys watching this video right now are not subscribed. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button, let's continue to blow our boy up so we can make some more amazing content like this. It's always a pleasure hanging out with my guy. And yeah, this was really, really fun.
All right, thank you, Tuccrr. I appreciate the shout out on my own channel. But yeah, thank you, and I'll get you on soon. Let's do this again for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hey guys, so I'm doing a giveaway for next month's season, which is the Loki season. So the next season is coming out next Monday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, and I'm giving away 2 season passes to you guys. So it's my way of saying thanks to all of you guys watching my channel. This is just a start, but there's going to be so much more to come. But yeah, all you guys need to do to be eligible for this giveaway is to 1, subscribe to this channel. You have to be subscribed. 2, like this video, and 3, comment down below what is your favorite deck right now in the meta. So 1, be subscribed. 2, like. 3, comment down below your favorite deck in the meta, and you guys should be eligible to this giveaway. But yeah, this is me telling you guys thanks for everything. Yeah, I'm excited for the future of this game and this channel. Bye guys.